So guys, you're really welcome to this Kundalini Yoga meditation class, and it's great to see you all. So you're really, really welcome. I hope you're all keeping okay and you're keeping safe. The energy's been kind of intense with Venus going retrograde these last few days, so a lot of kind of relationship stuff being thrown up in the air as well. And then next Friday is a new moon in Gemini, so we're moving from Taurus into Gemini into the twins. And the twins can kind of be a bit, you know, can pull from one personality to the other as well. But I feel that the new moon is going to be nice. It's going to be a sense of celebration. And as well, it's kind of saying, recognizing what freedom we have. You know, there are many restrictions on us at the moment, but recognizing our own restrictions that we put on ourselves. And then that sense of freedom, the freedom that we have with the breath, the freedom that we have to think with our own thoughts, the freedom that we have in our home, maybe to do some art or to go out into our garden and doing gardening. So just to flip it on the opposite side, you know, we can be negative and about social media and about, you know, using Zoom all the time for work, but we just need to flip it on its head and just say, look, we're really grateful that we have this technology that we can connect in with each other via this medium. Okay, so just seated cross-legged, just checking, see if Deirdre came on, and just seated and just settling into your space, hands on the knees in Gya Mudra, thumb and index finger touching. And just sit into the space. There's about 7 or 8 people joining for the class tonight. And just sit into that energy and connect with everybody as well through the ethers. And whoever gets the practice afterwards as well, they can sense into that supportive energy. And just breathing consciously in and out through the nose. You're making that commitment for yourself. You're showing up on your mat for the next hour and a half, and it can be a struggle. You know, I know myself, I was doing online classes the last few days and I'd be distracted, you know, I'd be distracted by things around me and I'd get pulled away from my practice. So we just try our best to stay present with the breath and making that commitment to ourselves for the next hour and a half. Breathing, belly fills, heart lifts, and then exhale. Just sitting into your own space, your own inner sanctuary, showing up on your mat for you, for yourself, to tune in, to tune out, and to tune up. And we just set that sacred space this evening. And before we do it, just let's do a few breaths. Let's scoop up that energy. Inhale, stretch up, hands together. Exhale all the way down, down to the lower chakra. You're bringing all that energy. Inhale and exhale. Let's just do a few of these, just opening up the shoulders, bringing up that earth energy, reaching up to the heavens and coming all the way down. Keep going, because we're going to do a shamanic journey at the end, and we're going to go up to the upper realms, which is the upper world. There's 3 worlds in the shamanic terms. There's the upper world, the middle world, and the lower world. And as we reach up, we're reaching up to that upper realm for that guidance, and we're bringing it down through our chakras, and we're grounding it in to our earthly plane. And we know that we have all that support around us, but through stress and through the humdrum and busyness of life, sometimes we feel disconnected. So tonight we're going to connect with those upper regions, those energies, whatever form it takes in your consciousness. It can be our ancestors, it can be our angels, spirit guides, those light beings. Inhale, stretch up, and exhale, hands in prayer pose at the heart space, and just let the breath level out. As you join the hands together, we're joining the yin and the yang, the male and the female, the sun and the moon, connecting with the breath. We're going to tune in with 3 ohms, and then we'll seal it in with the Mangalacharna mantra, which is the protection mantra. Akare name, Jigakare name, Sakare name, Sirigurudev name. So if you haven't been to my class for a while, I've just changed the the way I open up, and I've changed my practice a little bit, and I've been doing a lot of training just to update my Kundalini yoga practice, just to kind of modernize it, to make it non-dogmatic and just make it all inclusive, which is so important as we birth this new earth. Okay, so we're going to chant 3 ohms and the protection mantra. We're going to welcome in that protection. Take a big inhale and exhale, and let's inhale to Om. Akarename, Jigakarename, Sakarename, Sirigandevename. Akarename, Jigakarename, Sakarename, Sirigandevename. Akarename, Jigakarename, Sakarename, Sirigandevename. Inhale. Set an intention for your practice, and exhale, hands to the knees. And just breathe, drop into the heart. We're going to be doing your series tonight, Heart Open and Safe at Last. So we're going to drop into the heart, and we're going to be doing some Agni Pranayama, breath of fire. We'll just practice it just at the beginning, just to get used to that breath. So Agni Pranayama is a fire breath. Just sense into the heart space, breathe into the heart. That we feel safe to be in our body, to be here incarnate on this earth walk. That we feel safe as we move forward. That we feel safe that our needs will be met, our families and communities and loved ones looked after. It's a real sense of trust, walking forward in life. Breathing into the heart space. Take a big inhale and exhale. Really good. Let's open up the lungs. Let's do cannon breath with breath of fire. Okay, breath of fire is just, you're not taking a huge amount of air, and it's really, really cleansing. If you're a first day of your moon cycle, refrain from doing it. I always feel comfortable doing it, but that's just me. But you just have to trust yourself. Okay, so puckered lips, breath in and out through puckered lips. You're activating that navel. Go as fast or as slow as you want. You're really opening up the lung capacity, and it helps to heal viral illnesses as well. This cannon breath, you're working on those meridian points in the mouth, and there's meridian points and pressure points around the lips as well. Just going for another 20 seconds. Inhale. Hold the breath. Let's apply the locks. Squeeze the pelvic floor muscles. Pull in the navel. Flare under the ribs. Tuck the chin back tightly. Lock in that energy. Pull it up the spine. Exhale. Now hold the breath out. And as you hold the breath out, apply the breath. Apply the locks, excuse me, with the breath held out. And then breathe and relax. Just breathe just into that energy for a moment. So if we have a fear of holding the breath out, we have a fear of death. If we have a fear of holding the breath in, you know, we can get panicky. We have a fear of life. And tomorrow we're going to be doing, I'm doing that rebirthing workshop, which will all be connecting to the breath and taking us back to that gestational period where we were in the womb, in utero, and the imprinting that we experience and the fear and maybe what our mother went through at the time. So the breath is really powerful. You know, we learn to breathe in the womb. We match the breath to the mother. So the breath, you know, that we're welcomed into this world, that we take a full breath. You know, when we're stressed, when we're panicky, we clench, we're afraid. And through pranayama, what I've been learning with Carolyn Cohen, my teacher, she said, you know, when we're in that fear space, when we're kind of overtaken and in the head and in that anxiety, it's like our system has been taken over. So through our practice, and it really kind of broke it down for me, it's like when we do our practice, when we do the breath work, when we use the tools that we have, we're taking command of our stress system. And it's the most amazing thing, you know, to realize actually I can change the energy. So let's do this other one where we're pulling the hands apart. We're just going to do a few just to welcome us into the space. Okay, and as you breathe, you're trying to pull the fingers apart. And just keep breathing as you lift up, raising the chin, extend the arms up, breathing. You'll drop the chin, keep breathing, take an inhale, twist to the left, exhale. Keep stretching away from the crown, inhale, and exhale, back and release, and meditate for a moment. Just get that endorphin kick, just sense that energy and just take a breath. Receive the blessing, receive the gift. Take a big inhale and exhale. And another inhale and exhale. So you can uncross your legs and recross them, because we all have a dominant. I always cross my legs a dominant way. So just stretch your legs out and recross them just to give the hips a little bit of a readjustment. So we're going to do ego eradicator. And again, with that powerful breath, Agni Pranayama. And if it doesn't feel comfortable, guys, do Agni Pranayama, or you're not familiar with it, just try it, then come back to it, and then just do long, deep breathing. But the main thing is we want to keep the integrity of the posture. Our thumbs are stretched, our arms are up. And the amazing thing about doing practices online, we can see the shapes that our body makes. We stretch the thumbs, and the thumbs represent as well the inner child, interestingly enough. And if we reflect on the child, you know, they would suck their thumb to soothe themselves. So we want to plug ourselves into that universal energy, open the heart, begin Agni Pranayama. If you're not as familiar with the breath, you might take it a little bit slower. The inhale naturally happens, and the exhale, you're pulling the navel towards the spine. You're bringing in all that navel awareness. Your body has memory. Your body will remember. You know, if you went to the gym maybe 10 years ago and did a pretty serious routine for 2 years, if you went back doing it, your body would remember. So your body remembers all these things. So it's building that navel awareness. Going for another 35 seconds, arms nice and long. Keep those thumbs stretched. Fully present, fully here on your mat with yourself. Take a big inhale. Thumbs overhead to touch. Extend the fingers like a fan. Apply the lock. Squeeze. Stretch. And then exhale. Release. Hands can come to the floor or onto the knees. I like to bring the hands to the floor because then I imagine just beautiful roots coming out through each fingertip, going into the earth, connecting with that energy in Mother Earth, her crystal core, and that in breath and out breath, gratitude and pulling up that energy and coming up your arms into your heart and receive that energy and support. Take a big inhale and exhale. Okay, give the legs a stretch out, give them a shake, and give the legs a tap as well. Just release any tension here. And the insides of your thighs and your knees, just massage your knees. Bring one foot in. So we're going to bring the right leg in. We always work the left, and we just rotate that knee. You can hug your knee, you can pull it in, depending on your dexterity. Just be mindful. Just pull, just gently rotating at the hip joint, breathing into that lower triangle, that luscious breath. Other direction. And just keep breathing. Inhale, pull the leg in, hold the breath, apply the lock, and then exhale, stretch that leg out, give it a shake. Really nice. And change the legs. And again, we might observe one leg might go a little bit deeper, but no judgment. Just nice and gentle with the breath, rotating, breathing. And then change directions. And just keep breathing. And pull in, inhale. Hold the breath, apply the lock, squeeze, tuck the chin back, lift the chest, flare under the ribs, and then exhale, release. Stretch the legs out, give them a shake, give them a tap, bring the feet together, interlace. So breathing, lift the heart, and just bob those knees up and down. If it's only comfortable just to grab your ankles or your shins, do that. But as best you can, just up and down, open the heart, breathe into that lower triangle, the root, the sacral, and the solar plexus. It's so important for us to be present. For a lot of people who are intuitive, empaths, deeply sensitive, it's really hard to be on this earthly plane because it can be such a deluge of emotions, and it really is the invitation to be in this body. And for a lot of empaths that I meet, a lot of them live in the upper realms. They feel safer up in the upper chakras. And again, like I talked, like that upper world, the upper world that we're going to go to tonight in that shamanic journey, up in the ethers. But we want to get grounded. That's the invitation, to stay grounded in this vehicle that we've been given, this amazing body. Breathing. Push forward, fold forward, and just breathe here. Drop the head. Breathing. Folding as far forward as comfortable. We do a lot in our lives to avoid ourselves. So these forest folds can be challenging, and just breathe into it. Breathe into any tightness. Take a big inhale and exhale, and slowly release and stretch out. Guys, let's come up to standing. So take your time. So just adjusting to standing. If you suffer from high blood pressure or low blood pressure, just be really mindful, that rush after being seated for the last 10 minutes, standing up can be, a little bit jarring sometimes. So just be mindful. So we're just going to do a few sun salutations just to open up the spine. Okay, so feet either hip width apart or feet together, carving out the number 11, shoulders back and down. And just standing nice and tall now, heart open, and just take a breath here. Breathing. And slightly softening the knees. Don't let the knees be knocked. Inhale. Stretch up and back. And we're just going to hold this back bend, throat open, long, deep breathing. Stretch those fingers back. Relax the buttocks. Breathing. Feel the opening in the chest. Breathing. Stretching from the armpits to that middle finger. Nice breaths. Mind your lower back. And as slow as you can now on the next exhale, you're going to sweep through your electromagnetic field as slow as you can, coming forward. I'm just going to move my candle so I don't burn my hair. And drop your head, release the neck, just move the head from right to left and release any tension. And just hanging here, maybe your fingers touch the mat, maybe they don't. But again, soften the knees and just breathe into your forward fold. No weight on the head, just drop the weight of the head, take a breath. Hands up onto the shins, inhale up, flat back. And then step that left foot forward. Come into a runner's lunge. Drop that left knee, flatten that foot, come up onto that knee. And again, you can always look at the monitor and look at the shape that your body makes. It's really nice. It's one advantage of doing this on Zoom. And then inhale up. Stretching up, opening the heart. Shoulders are away from the ears. Your fingers are stretched. Breathing. We're going to slide forward and we're going to come into our first downward dog. Slide forward, hands underneath the shoulders, step that right foot back and pedal it out, guys. I want you to pedal out, send those heels towards the mat. You're going to swing, smell those armpits, spread those fingers, breathing into your first downward dog. Then come forward into plank. You might need to make yourself a little bit longer, guys. I need to make myself a little bit longer so your shoulders are over your wrists. And just feel the strength in this posture, guys, okay? Your plank. This is you holding yourself. This is your ability to hold yourself through everything. These are really important postures at this time. And we're going to be coming into Cobra in a moment, and that's really good for anxiety. So all these postures, a few sun salutations, holding in plank, moving into Cobra, really, really important at this time of uncertainty. And you can hover to the mat, or you can come low, drop the knees, elbows in, chin to chest, and push up into Cobra. Feel the opening. Take a breath here, hips towards the mat. Tuck the toes back under, push up into your downward dog. Remain still this time, staying in your triangle pose, breathing. I want you to send that left leg up and back. Push that right heel in, look forward. You can swing it forward or you can bring that foot forward. Okay, guys? Drop that right knee and then coming up again. Stretching up, taking a few breaths. We take each posture slowly, just slowly reaching for that energy. And then exhale, we're going to step forward, tuck that back toe under and step forward. Offer your beautiful heart forward, fold back in and then scoop that energy all the way up. Slight back bend. Slide the hands into prayer pose and drop them and open the palms. Take a breath for a moment. Just let the energy adjust. Let's do the other side, guys. So set yourself. Take a breath, heart open. Inhale. And then exhale, flow forward. Hands to shins. Inhale up, flat back. Exhale, step that right foot back into runner's lunge. Drop that right knee, flatten that foot. Coming up onto that knee, inhale. Breathe here for a few breaths, just opening the chest, opening the heart. You're offering your heart up to the heavens. Chin is opened and elongated, breathing. Slide the hands forward, step back into your downward dog. You can pedal it out for this one. Pedal the heels, move, swing the head. Come back to stillness, come into your plank. You might need to spread yourself a little bit longer. You can check your plank in the computer and just take a few breaths here. And coming down, hovering or releasing the knees, scooping down, come up into Cobra. Take 2 breaths here, guys. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Tuck the toes under, back up into triangle pose. Taking breaths here, nice and still in this triangle pose. Right leg up into the air. Look between the hands. You'll swing that leg forward or you'll bring that foot forward. Step it forward. Drop that knee. Inhale. And then exhale. Step forward. Offer your beautiful heart forward. It's all about the heart tonight. Fold back in. And then scoop up to the sides. Slight back bend. Hands at the heart. Open the palms. So guys, the series we're going to be doing is heart open and safe at last. So just take in that energy. What is it that you have control of in your life? What is the freedom you have in your life? Let's focus on the positive. Take a big inhale. And exhale. Okay, guys, we're going to come down and we're going to begin the series. And we're going to be doing Sufi grinds. Okay, so it really massages the internal organs, and what it does as well, it massages your story. Because remember I said it's like this lower triangle is all about being in this physical body, and we hold a lot of emotional stuff here as well. So you're going to stretch and open the throat as you come forward, and then curve the spine, chin to chest as you come back. Big circles, stretching the spine. Breathing, opening up. Inhaling and exhaling. And as you do that, I'm going to pick some cards for the class tonight. I'm going to get an animal card, see what animal wants to pop up for the class tonight, and just big breaths. You're really opening the heart. You're lifting the chin, opening the throat. You're curving back and the chin comes to the chest. And use the hands, use the arms as leverages. Just enjoy the movement, opening and retracting. Again, open the heart. You pull the shoulders back as best you can. So big circles, really opening the heart. Let the movement be in the head as well. Open the chin, drop the chin. When you come forward, change directions. Go the opposite direction. Okay, so we got the blue heron, which would be the heron here in Ireland, and make a stand for what you believe in and do what feels right in spite of any judgment or disapproval for others. We just have to observe, you know, with animals, there are different traits. When we observe the heron, it stands very still, you know, and usually, I think the heron stands on one leg as well, like the flamenco. And it stands really, really still in the waters, observing and waiting for, you know, for its prey to come along, but that stillness within those turbulent waters. So I think that's the message as well, to remain steady in those turbulent waters. And I'll get the card. So keep going, guys. You've got another minute to go. When you come forward again, change directions. Grind yourself into the earth, into Mother Earth. You're grinding your story. You're transforming it. You're pushing it into the earth to be transformed by Pachamama, Mother Earth, Gaia. You got 30 seconds. So let's see what Blue Heron says. It says, trust your deepest sense of knowing what the right action is and do it. And don't rely on others to tell you what to do or how to act. Not everyone will approve of your decisions you make. And if your choice comes against the grain of what people expect from you, you'll no doubt run into strong criticism and judgment. Stand still, look around and breathe. So it represents dignity, self-determination, balance, gracefulness, peacefulness, resolve, boundaries, very important as well, dignity, fluidity, self-reliance. So it's trusting in your inner knowing, trusting in your source and your strength moving forward. So inhale, lift the heart, hold the breath, and exhale. Just sit into that energy. I have another animal book that I've had for 20 years and I've studied the cards. Heron in that book means that, you know, when heron drops the blue feather, it asks you to reassess, to look at your path, to look at your journey, to look at what's worked, to look at the patternings that need to change, and this kind of self-awareness. Heron brings in these qualities as well. Take a big inhale and exhale. If you feel like stretching your legs out, please do. So next posture, fingers, thumb and index finger in Gya Mudra. And we're inhaling, bringing the hands up overhead to touch. So actually, yeah, whichever feels right. So we're all the way down and then back up and the hands touch and back down. Inhale up, exhale, they touch the floor. Just enjoy the movement, breathe into it. So let's pick another card from an angel pack. So some of that might resonate for you and other stuff might just kind of wash away and not resonate. But Heron, for me personally, is very much about self-reflection and your path and being self-aware and finding that balance and setting those boundaries in your life. Your boundaries are about how you tell people to treat you. You know, it's like, you know, this behavior, the way you're speaking is not acceptable. So boundaries, people learn how to treat you. So we always need to re-establish our boundaries. You know, it doesn't mean people are going to respect our boundaries. Many times we have to re-establish boundaries. So keep going. You've got another minute. So you're bringing that energy into your electromagnetic field. Imagine all that stress that you may have absorbed from working online. Maybe you're working out in the community, maybe you're at home. So bring in that gold color and just illuminate your auric field. Oh yeah, so then the other message we got from the angels is donating, tithering and charitable work. So to give, you know, it's that constant flow of giving away things that you don't need, things, you know, have a look around your home. Maybe there's certain things that you bought years ago and actually you've never actually used that appliance, and giving to charities that you really feel passionately about. I love animal charities. I've given, you know, we've all at different times. So it's just nice to let that flow go out into the world. And the angel is carrying a bouquet of flowers. So take a big inhale up and exhale. Again, touch those fingers to the floor. So the card says, give joy joyfully to the organizations and people who spiritually support and inspire you. And you know that your generosity will be returned to you in many folds in miraculous ways. So when we give with an open heart, we give out, not expecting something in return, the universe just pours in more blessings. The time, supplies, money, or other resources you donate will ensure that your positive energy multiplies. I've always been a real advocate since I was a teenager of volunteering for different organizations. You learn so much. And I've actually got work through the years out of volunteering as well for yoga and community work. Really, really important. It makes you feel really, really good about yourself, actually. Take a big inhale and exhale. So gently come up to stand. We're going to come into a modified warrior pose. We're going to step the left foot forward. We're going to bend that left knee. Right foot is at a 45-degree angle, and your hips are hinging towards that bent knee. It's the warrior. If we think of the warriors in Japan, it's like, many warriors would sit like this with their sword because they're getting ready to run into battle. So you're facing your future, and you're ready to face whatever you need to face. Left hand on the heart, right hand on top of it. Relax the shoulders. Begin Agni Pranayama, breath of fire. So your eyes can be softly open, softly closed, whatever feels right. I'm going to do one more card. I feel guided. These are nice cards. You are the oracle, are these cards. So 20 seconds left on this side, guys. Work that breath or long, deep breathing. Aha, interesting. We got boundaries again, guys. So Heron was talking about boundaries, and this card is talking very much about boundaries as well. Take a big inhale. Exhale, straighten that knee and maybe step forward, release the hands, take a breath. So interesting that we got two cards talking about boundaries. And as you stand, just breathe. Maybe eyes are closed, receive the gift from that posture. Reflecting on your own childhood as well. If you weren't taught boundaries, you might have very weak boundaries as an adult, where there might have been oversharing, parentified daughter, parentified son. You knew too much what was going on, too many expectations. So then when you became an adult, then the boundaries are very frayed when you try to set interpersonal relationships. So where do you need to set boundaries? With loved ones, with friends? Really, really important. You free up a lot of energy, because if the boundaries are frayed, you'll give yourself a hard time. Step that right foot out, bend that right knee, left foot at a 45-degree angle, bend into that knee, left hand, hips towards that foot, right hand, begin Agni Pranayama, breath of fire. And it's like when you re-establish boundaries, sometimes you have to keep resetting them with people as well, especially family. They forget. And it's like you just have to keep resetting it, the boundary. Boundary is there, but it doesn't mean that they're going to respect it, but you need to respect yourself and what's appropriate for you. And that second chakra will get activated, when somebody steps over your boundary, and you will feel it in your stomach. Chest open. You're facing your future. You're priming your heart. Heart open and safe at last. Feel that safety in your heart. 20 seconds. Take a big inhale. Hold the breath, apply the lock squeeze. And then exhale, release and step forward. Maybe shake those hips, but close the eyes. Eyes are closed, receive the gift. Come back to stillness. Fingers long, chest open. Take a breath. Take a big inhale and exhale. Okay, guys, take your time. We're going to come down to seated. I'm kind of interested to see what the other card is from that pack. Okay, your soul family. Call in your soul tribe. You don't have to do it alone. Interesting. Okay, so seated cross-legged. So, you know, if you're in the closet about your spiritual work or your belief systems, sometimes we can feel very alone. I know 20 years ago I felt very alone. It's a very different time now, but it's like that we ask, you know, we ask spirit to call in like-minded people to help us. And it's amazing, we can connect with people all over the world. The next posture we're going to do, we're going to send that left arm over, okay? And we're going to try and bring that right hand up to join, and we're holding. And guys, if you have a belt, or maybe if you have a sock or something, if your hands don't reach, grab something, you know, even the arm of your cardigan. And I just want you to do long, deep breathing here. So open and lift the chest. Left hand behind, the right hand coming up, joining. And just breathe. So this stretch is taking you out of the stress system, guys, okay? You're opening the chest. Just grab whatever prop you need if your hands don't meet. And just breathe into the chest. Okay, guys, last 2 seconds. Soften into it with the breath. Take a big inhale and exhale, release. Maybe move the shoulders, just release any tension. Keep the eyes closed, just take a breath. Feel the opening in the shoulders. Bring the opposite arm up and back and slide that hand up. So you might have more depth in one side and maybe it's tighter in the other, but just observe and just breathe into it. Really opening the chest here with the breath. "15 seconds, breathe into the heart space. Just soften into any resistance. Take a big inhale. Hold the breath, apply the locks, squeezing. Chin back, slightly down, and exhale and release hands to the knees and just breathe into the heart space. And then the other card after that, that's just me, I like to pick 3 sometimes. It is the Oracle card and it says, don't dim your light to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Okay, so boundaries, calling in your soul family, don't dim your light, charitable work, and the blue heron. Very interesting cards. Take a big inhale and exhale. So we're going to be coming into a strong posture for the next posture, and I'm going to give a few modifications, and we're going to be doing it with Agni Pranayama, breath of fire. Okay, so the full variation is left hand on the heart, right hand on the heart. We're lifting the legs up, and we're doing breath of fire. Okay, variation, you can always just have the right hand down, left hand on the heart, and you can bend the knees and do it like this. But if you can, you want to straighten those legs out and have the hands on the heart. But if you need to balance yourself, guys, just have the right hand on the mat, okay, and have the left hand on the heart. But if you can do the full posture, you have both hands on the heart. It's a little bit challenging, but just do what modification feels right for you, okay? So mind your lower back, okay? Left hand on the heart, right hand if possible. I'll set the timer. Lift the legs up, begin. Bend the knees if you need to. Don't put any strain in your lower back, guys. Keep going, keep extending as best you can. Take a big inhale and exhale, release, hands to the mat and come onto your backs. Eyes are closed, just receive the gift, receive the blessing, the torture, excuse me, and just take a breath. Keep breathing. Where is it that you need to set boundaries in your life? You have to teach people how to treat you. And then if we set boundaries, sometimes people don't respect those boundaries, so we have to reestablish them. Take a big inhale. And exhale. Coming back up nice and slowly. Guys, we're going to do that again, okay? So do the modification, trust your body, listen to yourself, okay? So leaning back slightly, hands onto the heart, extend the legs up, a breath of fire. Pumping the navel. If this is not suitable, do long, deep breathing. Ten seconds. Inhale and exhale onto your backs. Stretch out. It's a strong posture. Just breathe. Take a big inhale and exhale. I want you to hug the knees to the chest. One knee and then one. Take your time with it and just breathe as you massage the lower back. Rock from right to left, nice and gently. Nice luscious breaths, just soothing your lower back, any tension. Make circles with the knees, one direction and the other direction. Grab the backs of the knees up and down on the spine, okay? Let the feet kiss the earth and maybe go from right to left. You kind of get in a bit deeper into the hip, into the buttocks. You can kind of go off center, just massage up and down. Nice, and up, and we're going to come into a platform, but we're going to come onto our elbows. So we're coming onto our bellies, and we're going to come up onto our elbows into a platform, and we're just holding it. So you can either interlace your fingers, have your hands flat, have your hands together, whatever feels right. So onto your elbows, set yourself, tuck your toes under and push up and breathe here. Long, deep breathing. Chin is up. Again, this is about holding yourself up through these uncertain times. Breathe into it. We're just doing a minute. Long, deep breathing. Over halfway there. A few more breaths. Take a big inhale. Hold the breath, apply the lock. And then exhale, release, slowly come down onto the belly, extend the arms back, slide the cheek onto the mat and surrender, eyes closed. Luscious breath soothing you, supporting you, belly expanding into the mat. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Take a big inhale. Exhale, slide the hands towards the shoulders and push up. Okay, guys, take your time. We're coming up to standing for the last posture for this series. Okay, so take your time coming up to standing. Okay, so this posture, we're going to bring our arms up over our head. And then as we sweep forward, it's like we're crouching forward and we're coming down onto our knees and we're bowing. Okay, and then we're pushing ourselves back up and then coming back up, back bend, opening, scoop forward and back onto the knees and touch the earth, bend the elbows, guys, okay? So this is real reverence, asking for the universe as you open up what you want, receiving it into the hands, scooping forward, bowing with gratitude, scoop the feet under, forward to the mat and continue. Reaching up, opening, gratitude, thanking the heavens, coming forward, bowing in gratitude for all that you have. That sense of freedom in your life, freedom to think for yourself, to breathe, to have food in the fridge, to make your dinner, to be able to walk out the door. So much freedom. Inhale and exhale. Keep coming forward, bowing and back up. Enjoy the opening of this posture across the heart, coming forward onto the knees in reverence. Connect to the earth, Mother Earth, Pachamama. And as well, you know, we say we're sorry, you know, for how we've been, Mother Earth, on the earth, that we have not treaded lightly. Please accept our apology, and she forgives us instantly. She knows that we are going through this collective transformation together. Just like her, it is inevitable. She is going to ascend. And we are changing on a cellular level. You cannot remain the same, nor would we want to stay the same. Enjoy this posture of celebration for all the blessings you have in your life. Last 40 seconds. Yeah, last few seconds. Looking good, guys. Keep going. And coming back up, stretch up, open the heart, receive the breath, apply the lock, and then exhale, open the palms, take a breath. Take a big inhale and exhale. Guys, come down onto your backs. Set yourselves for Shavasana, for this relaxation and for this shamanic journey. If you've never done a shamanic journey with me, just go with it. Have no expectations, just a clear slate, just trusting and knowing that you're in a safe space is the most important thing, okay? And just resting into your inner sanctuary. Maybe if you have an eye pillow, maybe you have a blanket, maybe you've got socks, your body temperature will drop. And it's really important to integrate our practice, but I really feel intuitively, since I've been doing these classes online, I incorporate all my healing practices into my yoga classes, because I just feel people need a lot more than just yoga. You know, they need just a little bit deeper, and I just work intuitively, whatever way I'm guided by spirit and by the angels. And we reflect on those cards, the blue heron. It's dropping that blue feather of awareness to reflect on our path, what feels right in the decisions we make within our integrity. Finding that balance in life, just like the heron as it sits and stands so steadily by that flowing river under the bridge, waiting for that fish to pass. You could stand there for hours not moving through that flowing water, just like us, through life and through the change and the ebb and the flow, that we can remain still. But heron is asking you to reflect, and very much about your boundaries as well. Where have your boundaries been broken? And that other card that's reaffirming that. Where do you need to reestablish healthy boundaries? Teaching others how to treat you. There's amazing videos on YouTube, so much information about that, and to learn about that and how to create the language and the awareness. It's all learning, you know, you just have to learn it and not be hard on yourself if you're realizing that you have weak boundaries. Just be very kind and very gentle. The other card is about donation, tithering, and charitable work. Where can you give back to society, your community? And then about calling in our soul family, people who can help us on this earth walk. Similar interests, similar ideas and visions for this new earth that we're birthing. And really important as well, not to dim your light to fit in, not to agree when you want to disagree. It's okay to be argumentative. It's okay not to go along with everybody else's opinion. It's okay to say no, and it's okay to say yes, and then it's okay to change your mind. But to stand in your truth. And when you stand in your truth, some people might not like that. You know, when you shine your light, sometimes people sling the mud, but you just have to keep facing your true north. And as you breathe, sinking into that inner sanctuary, resting, relaxing, receiving, and open to this energy and this space that we've created this evening. And even if the reception breaks, you know, the internet reception, you're still held in that energy, and just breathe. And in shamanic terms, we have the lower world, we have the middle world, which is this world that we live in, and then we have the upper world. And the upper world is an etheric, bright place. The light tends to be translucent and pastel colored. It is the world of the gods, of cosmic beings, spirit guides and elders who normally appear in human form. It is not as earthy and practical as the lower world, as their help and guidance is more general and more philosophical. This is where we meet maybe our spirit animals, the green man. The upper world is a spiritual realm, which within itself contains the stars, the heavens, the Milky Way, the galaxies. The world where the blueprint of life can be seen. In traveling to the upper world, we travel upwards. And in order to get there, sometimes we travel through a membrane, which can appear like a cotton wool cloud, or golden steps leading up into the sky through these clouds. The upper world is the realm where the angelic beings of light and our ancestors and star beings reside. And just feeling that call and that invitation and that willingness, not expecting anything, but we're going there for guidance. What is it that you need to know at this time? Maybe around your boundaries, maybe around where you're dimming your light, maybe around where you're holding yourself back. Whatever it may be, you can set out that intention now, send out that question to the universe, something that's been on your mind. And maybe the answer mightn't come through this journey, but it might come in your dream time afterwards. And we're using that part of our imagination. And when I say, can you picture a red rose? And if quite easily after a few seconds, you can picture a red rose, you're very clairvoyant. But for some clients, some of them cannot visualize that, but they can feel it. They can feel, so it's clairsentient. So you can feel what a red rose is like. And you can visualize instantly what your favorite tree is. You can see it in your mind's eye. This is the part of the imagination that we want to get in contact with. And we let the subconscious open up. And we let those energies come in to support us. And just breathe, receiving these energies and receiving this support. The winds of the south, great serpent, Sachamama, come and wrap your coils of lights around us. Help us to shed our past the way you shed your skin. Come share in your transformative energy. We are constantly evolving and changing. Help us to surrender to this metamorphosis, to this change, as we welcome you in, Great Serpent, to this healing space tonight. We are so, so grateful. Tarishtok Aho, Great Serpent. The winds of the west, Sister Jaguar, come protect our medicine space and show us the way of the luminous warrior who has no enemies in this life or next. Show us the beauty way beyond death, beyond fear. Sensing Sister Jaguar stalking around our medicine space, helping us face our fears, real or imagined, She is here to share in her medicine. We welcome her into this healing space, this powerful totem. And we welcome the winds of the west, the wild Atlantic, this old and ancient land of Ireland, the island of saints and scholars, so much wisdom held in the rocks, in the land. It is there for us to access still through the mists of time. And we call forth those powerful gods and goddesses. We call on Moses, we call on Thor, we call on Bridget, who represents the triple goddess, the virgin, the maiden, and the crone. We call on Anya to help us to take that leap of faith, Maeve to help us with the cycles in our lives, and Goddess Dayanu, the queen of the Tuatha Danann, the elementals. We welcome you into our healing space. Goddess Dayanu places a crown on all of you, telling you that you are royalty, that you are sacred, and you are sovereign. Receive this crown. The first time she tried to put this on me many, many years ago, I wouldn't receive it. I receive it now with an open heart, realizing how precious you are on this earth walk. We welcome in the energies of the West, and we welcome in the archangels. Archangel Michael, protect our medicine space. Archangel Raphael, meaning God's heals. Add in your emerald green light of healing into this healing space for everyone present and even people afterwards doing this practice. Bring in this healing. Goddess Kali has made her presence known today. Kali is the Hindu goddess of beginnings and endings. Many times she was called a bitch for her energy. She is this transformative energy. She asks you to stand in your truth, to let go, to step into this new cycle in your life. And we welcome the powerful Metatron, Archangel Metatron. He comes in through Findhorn. Dearest Metatron, great angel of light, thank you for your sacred fire and the language of light which you give to our universe. Dearest Metatron, we call upon your great gift of Metatron's cube to come into action in our daily lives, initial impulse and pattern reflection from our creator. Carrying to us the music, the high spheres and sacred geometry, radiating to us the pattern reflection of our 13 sacred centers and 13 universes. May the divine impulse with every beat of our heart radiate back to the 13 universes, central sun, the majesty and glory of God's wondrous creation. Metatron, he is the scribe, he is the librarian, he is the history keeper of humanity since the beginning of time. Such a mighty archangel, we cannot even see him. He is so tall, stepping into heaven, standing on earth. He is helping us, birthing this new earth. Receive his healing and his blessing as he adjusts your chakras. Welcoming in Archangel Uriel, the earth archangel who protects the earth, works with light workers. Archangel Jeremiel for past lives. There's dismantling of many old lifetimes, many old scripts. Archangel Zadkiel for forgiveness and tolerance. Archangel Shamuel, we welcome you into our circle. And just breathe. If you're not familiar with these energies, it might feel a little bit strange. I had a client yesterday for the first time. She'd never had a healing session and she wept at the end. Whatever way the body reacts, just let it release what it needs to release and stay with the breath. You are in a safe space. Maybe the body will rock. Maybe the body will shake. Maybe there might be a pain in the shoulder or the hips, but just breathe into it and trust that the energies will work through you to release it. You are safe. You are loved. You are protected. Welcoming all these energies of the West. Aho Tarishtok. The winds of the East, great eagle condor, you who come from the place of the rising sun. Teach us to fly wing to wing with great spirit and see with clarity and vision our world into being. Help us to fly above our lives, to see the greater picture and see the world that we dare to dream of, that we can bring those castles in the sky to this earthly plane. Great eagle, hear her call, calling to you. And again, giving you that lofty vision above your life, to see where things are out of balance, and like that heron, reflecting on the path you've walked and maybe the patternings in your life that you need to shift. You need to do the inner work, and then the outer work, it will reflect in the outer world when you do the inner work. Observing his eagle gives you that elevated view of where your boundaries are a bit frayed, where your boundaries need to be reset. Maybe it's an energy, maybe it's a vision. Maybe you can feel energy leaking from your body. We ask the angels to seal that energy back in for you. We welcome in the energies of Great Eagle, Condor, Aho, Tarostock. As we face the north, we face our ancestors, grandfathers, grandmothers. Ancestors, come and warm your hands by our fires. Medicine people, the womb healers, hear their drum beats, hear their rattles. If you're a woman tuning in, they will work on your womb. If you're a man, they will work on your head. Breathing. Receive these energies of the north. And we welcome in deer for gentleness. Very important totem at this time for gentleness. We might have many expectations for each day, many lists. Maybe we feel we've more free time, but we just feel exhausted, tired, low on energy. Naps are your superpower. Surrender to the process. As we face the north, we welcome in these energies as Sedequente. Sedequente teach us to drink the nectar of life deeply. How much joy can you handle? That is another invitation. Sometimes we have a limit. Oh, we're too happy, I'm scared. So open up to this joy. Let Sedequente teach you to drink the nectar of life deeply. Welcoming in your ancestors as they encircle this healing medicine space today. The work that we do has this domino effect back through our ancestral line and forward into future generations. And breathing and just welcoming in these energies. They're pouring in, they feel very strong. And as you breathe in this space, a stairs appears in front of you, a golden stairs, leading you up through the clouds, up to the upper realms. Begin to go up these steps. And breathing as you go up to the upper realm to meet your teachers for guidance. Whatever it may be, this light being, we've set this very clear, safe space. Only beings of pure light and love are in the upper realm. Maybe it's an ancestor, maybe it's a spirit guide, maybe it's an archangel. It might surprise you who it is. Go up those steps, go in the doors of the upper realms, hear the angelic music playing. Feel the energy, absorb it and breathe it in. There is crystals everywhere. There is fountains and water flowing. There are beautiful trees with an amazing fruit. The energy is spectacular and crystal clear. And you meet whoever you need to meet in the upper realm. That question, that guidance that you need to get from this light being. It might just be a sensing, it might just be a feeling, whatever that may be, receive that guidance, that loving embrace. Maybe they've been with you through many, many lifetimes. Maybe the familiarity, the heart just bursts open and you hug this being of light that is there to welcome you. Taking you to sit at a table, holding your hand, talking to you. Like that heron, reflecting on this current path, and breathe, especially if the energies are still working through you, just breathe into it. The healing is happening, let it happen. Big breaths. Maybe asking that being of light, where do you dim your light? Where are the boundaries not set? Ask for what you need in this moment. There's massive healing happening, guys. Just keep breathing. Maybe there's a loved one in spirit steps forward after you talk to this being of light. Maybe it's someone you knew in this lifetime, a dear, dear loved one that you haven't seen in a long time. It might not be the person you expect. It might be somebody completely different. They might step forward, a person you knew who has since passed over, and they step forward to talk to you. Our ancestors are always cheering us on. Receive the love, support, guidance from this ancestor. Open your heart. If there is needing of forgiveness or even forgiving God for taking this loved one, forgive God, forgive your ancestor, forgive yourself, forgive any hurt. Release the pain now in the upper realm. Receive the guidance, receive the blessings, receive the gifts from this being of light and from your ancestors as step forward. The guidance is they're bringing you over to a crystalline table. They want you to lie on the table just to receive a healing. If this table might feel cold to touch at first, but they just have a little bit more work to do, especially in the lower triangle. I'm really feeling it and sensing it. They want to just go a little bit deeper, giving them permission, sensing all those beings that we called in, your spirit animals, jaguar, eagle is there. Those beings of light are supporting you as you lie on this crystalline table. Your body begins to vibrate as the archangels step forward with their crystals, large crystals, just working over your chakras. Metatron is standing at the top of your head. Archangel Sandalphon for answered prayers is standing at the bottom. Just they're bringing in and aligning your 7 chakras. And Archangel Michael is just pulling stuff out of that 2nd chakra. Just sense him just pulling it out. There's a fire set up by Bridget to the side, and whatever he pulls out is being transmuted into the fire. And Archangel Gabriel is stepping in, placing his hand on your belly, pumping in that emerald green light. Breathing, just keep breathing. It's a bit intense, I know at times, but just let them do the work. Get out of your own way. The angels are just working through each chakra, and your lower, your root chakra, your earth star, and then your upper chakra, your causal chakras, the ones outside your body, the earth, your soul star chakra. They're just lining them all up. Your 12-strand DNA. We had our 12 chakras aligned during Atlantis, and then when we fell, it was the 7 chakras. So everything's been realigned for this new earth, guys. Okay, just a few more minutes. They want you to stay here while they're doing the work. Breathing, just keep breathing. It's starting to shift from the belly. It's starting to shift from the throat. Archangel Michael is just working on the throat, connected to that 2nd chakra. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Excellent. Okay, take a few big inhales and exhale just to shift the energy. And again, inhale and exhale. Really good, guys. If you need to support your body, you can always just rub your belly just to help to shift that energy from that 2nd chakra. They're working on me like they're working on you. So it feels a little bit intense at the moment. So I'm just asking them just to pull down the intensity, guys, just a little bit. Just pull down the intensity just a little bit. Okay, so they're just toning it down just a little bit. Excellent. The body's tingling. The energy is just balancing out, they're saying. Okay, so they're just taking you gently off the crystalline table and they're walking you over. It's like steps into a crystal clear pool of water. It's kind of like a baptism, but it's this amazing, amazing energy. Just walk down the steps, hold the support going into the warm water. It's all full of these amazing energies and rainbow colors, and just take a deep dive in, fully releasing any old residue, any old outdated or scripts or stories. Just maybe take a swim in this pool of crystalline, clear, healing water. Just lying on your back in the water. Just know you're safe. You know, if you're fearful of water, it's just not that high, the water. You're able to stand up. You're safe in this pool of energy, this energy swirling around you. And then gently come out. And the archangels, one of them gives you a bathrobe, a beautiful bathrobe. And as you instantly put it on, you instantly dry. And you're nice and warm and snug. So thanking the energies of the upper realms, thanking the archangels and the being of light who stepped forward to talk to you. Thank your ancestor who stepped forward, and maybe they have a gift for you. Take the gift, whatever it may be. It might be unusual, but place it into your body, your heart, your throat, into your belly, wherever it feels appropriate. Smiling, thanking everybody that's present, breathing it in. Breathe in the energy of the upper realm. It's a very special energy. Hear the angels singing, encouraging you. They're all clapping, cheering you on. And we'll thank these energies, the energies of the South, Great Serpent. Thank you for this transformational energy. So much gratitude. And the East, we thank Great Eagle Condor. Thank you for giving us this elevated vision. And to the West, Sister Jaguar, for helping us feel or face our fears, real or imagine. She came in so strong. She like roared at the beginning. She came in so strong. We thank her for her medicine. We thank the goddess energy, the fairies, the elementals, the god energy, all these energies that made their presence known. So much gratitude. Breathing in the upper realm as we thank the North. We thank the hummingbird, deer. We thank our ancestors. We thank the medicine people, the womb healers. We thank all the energies from the North. So much gratitude. And as you begin to walk out of the upper realm, slowly walking, making your way down the steps, take your time. You're coming back down to the middle realm, back to the earth. This is the middle realm. And breathing your feet on the earth, and we thank Mother Earth. Imagine placing your hands on the earth. So much joy, gratitude. Just, we thank you, Mother Earth. We thank the stone people, the four-legged, the two-legged, the fin, the fur, the creepy crawlies, all our relations. We thank all these energies. We thank Father Sky, Grandmother Moon, Grandfather Sun, our star brothers and star sisters, Pleiades, the Arcturians, everybody that made their presence known. So much gratitude. Take a big inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And again, inhale. Begin to rotate the hands and the feet in one direction. Rotating the hands and the feet in the opposite direction. Stretch the arms up overhead, big stretch. Keep breathing in and out consciously through your nose. Just ground yourself back in, guys. The energies will still start shifting through you. Hug your knees to your chest, drop your knees to one side. Do some cat stretches, and then on the opposite side. Come back to center again. Rub the soles of the feet together. Activate the energy in the hands. Hands over the eyes. Breathe in that energy. Grab the backs of the knees and rock up and down on the spine. Ground yourself back in fully into your body. Inhale and exhale through the nose. Maybe activate that energy, guys. Scoop up the hands up to the upper realms. Ground in that energy all the way down. And again, do a few more. Maybe breathe out of the mouth this time. And a few more. And a few more. And again, inhale. And exhale. And one more, and then we'll stop at the heart. And exhale. Okay, guys, sit into the heart. This might unfold a little bit more in your dream time tonight, guys. I have that workshop tomorrow, the rebirthing workshop. It probably will be about 3 hours. It'll be quite deep. It'll be quite transformative. And you're more than welcome to join. So I feel for some people, I think you're doing it tomorrow as well. And I think this was really to prepare you for tomorrow as well. So there was a lot of releasing for a lot of people tonight. And just be really, really gentle with yourself tonight. Okay, guys? Have a bath, do a bit of journaling, watch something funny, and be really, really mindful. Okay? Let's chant one Sat Nam to close our practice. Inhale to chant. Sat Nam. Bring your hands up to your third eye. May you be healthy of mind, down to your lips. May you be true to your words, down to your heart. May you always live from your heart, down to your navel. May you always honor and trust yourself. Sat Nam, and bow forward. Just let the energy and the blood come to the head, and then back up. Okay, guys, I can't stay on, I'm afraid, tonight because I have another appointment at 8:30, so I have to get off. So guys, do send me your feedback, drink some nice water, and like I said, just be really, really gentle and really mindful with yourselves. And if you feel called to do the workshop tomorrow night, just send me a text tonight or tomorrow, and I'm sending out the Zoom invites later on tonight. So sending you so much love, guys. Mwah!